Today, the preview embargo has lifted for Forza Horizon 6, and we have 3 pieces of content to look at. First, we have the prologue, then we'll be looking at IGN's preview recap video, and then we have the world map to take a look at. But before we get into all of that, prologue time, let's dive in. Oh, I like how we start out in the cherry blossoms. Lovely scene. Seeing some of the traffic already over that bridge, it's good to see.
What up, people? It's
Scott Tyler again.
And it is the start of a brand
like how we're in a
new
GTR
day
at start as well.
in Japan. So if you're listening in your car or you're kicking back on the bullet train, well, enjoy your day.
Oh, there's the Shinkansen. If there is not a showcase race where we have to race the Shinkansen, I'll be very disappointed. Oh, see a couple of driver cars making the world feel alive. Oh, birds. I mean, all of the first few minutes of a Horizon game is all just purposely built set-piece stuff. So, whilst it is organic gameplay, it is gleaned a little bit. Okay. There's the Shinkansen again. Where are we going? Oh, we're heading into the Alps, like the snowy bit of the map. Oh, are we gonna get to drive down this ski slope right at the start? Oh man, it looks like we will. That's like one of those off-road trophy trucks. I used to drive those in iRacing, they were super fun. Oh, let's go. Slow-mo? Slow-mo, of course. Oh man, this looks insane. I'm trying to get a sort of an inference on the snow handling. It's really difficult to tell. It's because we all know as soon as you drive straight to a tree, it obliterates into 1,000 pieces. It does look very visually delicious. It's nice to see that we will be able to drive through those trees. Oh, we are carrying it. I thought it was going to cut us to another one. Hello there, Rum. Hello there, Zero. Hello there, Icefect. Lovely to see all you folks in chat. The crowds look a bit like the crowds are there, but I'm not seeing any like flashbulbs. I mean, you wouldn't get flashbulbs nowadays, I know, but the crowd looks really lively, even though the gameplay is very cool. Marshmallow Mountain, yes. Look at the snow machines blasting. That's good. Oh, there's some jets. Oh, big jump to finish. They do love their slow-mos in Horizon, don't they? Oh, Toge. Time to deliver some tofu, chat. Oh, maybe not. What car are we in? Looks like we'll be in this Porsche. Yes? Yeah, let's go. What a burnout. This has made me pretty excited to play the game, I'm not going to lie. Hello there, James. Nice seeing you in chat. Ooh, water covering a bit of the road. I wonder if that's just a static thing, or if there is going to be the case that, oh, you know, heavy rain will create big, like, pools of water and dips in the road. We'll see. Just looks so nice. You wish your life was in the Forza Horizon universe. I mean, it does look very pretty. Oh, more cherry blossoms. I had a thing in a previous reaction video we did where I thought maybe the cherry blossoms would affect the car handling. Looks like it doesn't. Hope I can turn this talking voice off. Do you mean me, or do you mean the one on the radio? If you mean me, you're very rude. God damn. Yeah, it looks like the cherry blossoms don't affect handling, which I know that was a bit of a push to expect that, but I mean, it's all good. It's all good. Ooh, tunnel. Sounding good. Ooh, jump time. Hey, oh. This is that... the launch pad that we've heard about. Looks so cool. Ooh. Cover car. Wouldn't be a prologue to Horizon game if we didn't get to drive the cover car, would it? I wonder if the that rocket is going to play any part in like a showcase. I wonder. Oh man.
All right, Horizon, it's your boy.
So that said, race to the festival.
Here at the festival site. What
More Scott Tyler.
day. We've seen wristbands,
Oh, look at those clouds, dude.
rockets, and now a legend convoy headed for the festival and leading the way.
So,
the amazing
hello.
2025 GR
That was interesting.
prototype.
So
Oh, my word.
we're racing to the festival. Then I assume once we're there, we'll do some races to actually like
Everyone is
become
going
part
to
of the festival. You know, join the
Legends
festival championship,
made
etc.
at Horizon.
So I'm beginning the sun starting to set. Oh man. It does. The color palette isn't super vibrant, but it's good. It's good. I don't hate it. It's vibrant in the right places, like those LED boards. It looks great. More jets. Tunnel.
I get to say it. Here it is, the final stretch. Welcome, everyone,
Oh,
to Horizon Japan.
that looks so sick, dude. It's also nice to see how big the Horizon Festival grounds are. Like, actually see it for real in a video. Oh, man. Dude, I cannot wait to play that for real on May the 15th. That looks insane. Of course, that is part one of our reaction today. Now we have IGN's hands-on preview recap. Let's dive into it.
There is something magical about being unleashed upon a Forza Horizon map.
Let me just drift.
There is something magical about being unleashed upon a Forza Horizon map
Stop,
for the
Sylvia.
first time. I'm restricted from showing you the first few minutes of my hands-on with
Ooh,
Forza Horizon.
some nice, like, night city stuff we've seen for the first time. It looks kind of like how I'd expect. It's sort of dark but bright in the same way, if that makes sense. And we have, you know, the lights really pop, which is what I was really hoping
showing
for.
you the first few minutes of my hands-on with Forza Horizon 6, and I think that's
Driving
more
through
than
a field,
fair enough.
like you do.
I'm hesitant to even describe it, since the carefully
An
curated
XP board.
opening drive of a Horizon game is really something best experienced for yourself without...
Oh man, that looks insane. That's the first proper look at the highway we've really had. It's also nice to see there's more traffic about. Well, we're not seeing huge amounts, but we're seeing more. And those signs really do pop.
any spoilers. I can, however, show you anything and everything I did after I passed the prologue, and I've been doing plenty. Alongside establishing that the preview build...
Yeah, the rain looks interesting. To me, it looks very similar to sort of the rain effects they had in Forza Motorsport. I don't think it looks terrible.
was locked to the...
Oh, getting news about FPS. Let me...
Plenty. Alongside establishing that the preview build was locked to the 30 FPS quality mode and that the 60 FPS performance mode will be available in the full game at launch.
Oh, so console players will get 60 FPS, a 60 FPS option if they want, just for like a trade-off in visual quality. That's kind of cool.
The preview documentation Playground supplied to us explained
More
this
traffic.
preview-
I'm liking the amount of traffic we're seeing. It's not crazy, but it's a healthy amount. Way more than we've seen in previous previews.
was good for around an hour of linear play. It would, however, subsequently support as much free roaming as we saw fit. On my first day, I played through that hour, and then another, and then another, until it was suddenly...
This one thing the Horizon games have never been able to get quite right is like headlight lighting on the rear of cars. Like,
another.
this looks great.
And
Daytime
another,
looks great. This sort of sunset looks great. This sort of cel-shaded look on the rear of cars from headlights is a problem they've had since the first game. They've never quite figured out how to better it. But
It was suddenly, well,
Hey-ho.
after midnight. following morning, I dove straight back in and
More drifting.
played all
Ghosted
day again.
ped cars?
If the preview didn't have a cutoff
An
time,
airport of
I
some
can
sort?
guarantee you I'd still be playing it now.
Huh.
Not bad for a build with just a tiny sliver
I'm loving
of
how much of the city
550
we're seeing.
cars coming on day one,
Oh,
and
man.
barely a handful of actual race.
673 total roads. I think that's the first time we have seen a total road count, I believe. So, that's pretty good.
Events.
This is a stadium of some sort. That's a completely round stadium. What would a round stadium be in Tokyo? They don't play cricket over there. I know this will be for like... Oh, the 673 was not. Okay. Well, it's news to me, so anyway. Let's carry on.
Our Forza Horizon 6 preview contained 3 race events.
Interesting water driving. I'm not sure what to think about that. It very much just looks like the car is floating instead of, you know, driving through water.
Cross country, a road race. And
Oh, there is going to be a little bit of sand.
3 race
We've got a
events,
tiny bit of a
cross-country,
beach.
A road race.
Good to know.
And a trail race.
That looks quite good.
As well as a
weather-wise.
smattering of familiar Horizon PR stunts.
The kind of the cherry blossoms getting flicked up by the car looks kind of... Doesn't look as impressive as I thought it would.
Which were drift zones set on what are
That is true,
easily already amongst the best ribbons of switchback-filled roads in the whole series.
Good. I'm glad. I mean, it wouldn't be Japan
The
without
races were in
toge
service
roads.
of earning the right to qualify for the Horizon Invitational, which will be our pathway into the Horizon Festival proper in the final.
Oh, so we qualify for the Invitational. The Invitational qualifies us for Horizon proper. So there is a proper, like, progression system here, which I like. Hopefully that continues once we're in the festival itself in terms of, you know, getting your wristbands, working your way towards the finals, etc.
Game, although the Invitational itself was not part of this preview build. As
Okay.
previously discussed, Forza Horizon 6 is returning to the tiered wristband structure of the original Forza Horizon.
Finally. Thank God.
I like the presence of race marshals
Ooh.
and other festival infrastructure at the
Oh,
staging area
that's
for
cool.
races. There's
That's very cool. And that will definitely make it feel like more of like an actual festival. Like having marshals dotted around, having more of like the odd car, the odd bike, you know, dotted here and there. That is one thing that I feel has been missing from Horizon games up to this point. It does really help with the immersion, at least for me, someone who's a big motorsport fan. It's not motorsport unless you see marshals dotted around.
a
so-
level of credibility this sort of thing injects into the atmosphere, which helps the festival itself feel like it's a big operation run by actual people, and that there's more to it than just icons, menus.
Lighting
and
system looks
loading
very
screens.
good.
I will say, the initial trio of cars has left me a little curious. That said, I'm not completely sure whether or not the selection itself is reflective of exactly what we'll see again in the full version of the game next month, or
Okay.
whether this was some kind of compromise for now that's bespoke to this preview build only.
Whoa, that's
I
a
honestly
jump.
don't
Oh, don't tease us with a first half and not give us the landing. God damn it.
mind that they come carrying modifications already before you even slip behind the wheel. That is, it's probably more authentic that the first Sylvia or Celica you'd slide into after landing in Japan would have had some work done from a previous owner.
I would assume that's just something for the preview build. It would be quite, at least for me, I'd feel it'd be quite strange if the first car we get already has some certain modifications done to it. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, chat. I'd expect it to be completely stock, but it does make a good point that if you were going to buy, you know, at this point, 20-year-old car, and it's like a proper driver's car, you would sort of assume it had some work done to it. But anyway.
Actual, unadulterated bone stock survivor cars are arguably far rarer prospects in this context.
It's a fair point. Oh.
Home.
Oh, do we want to buy some furniture, chat? Oh my god, this is a full-length ad. God damn it. I also hope the game doesn't stuff you with vehicles. Same. Although that's a problem that Horizon has always had. I just finished a playthrough of Forza Horizon 1. I ended that game with 47 vehicles. Only 12 of which I think I bought. So, yeah.
Prospects in this context. What has tripped me up, however, is the slightly odd spotlight on the distinctly American GMC Jimmy. As a car dork, that's a bit too random for me, especially when Japan is already home to some of the most iconic off-roaders ever made.
I mean, this has to be preview build stuff, surely. I'd be very surprised if one of the first cars you can pick is this GMC. I'm going to be honest. Hello there, Zaddy. Nice seeing you in chat.
There were differences in the cars featured in the footage from Playground you saw during our March IGN First, compared to some of the cars I saw in these situations while visiting the actual studio.
I assume that this GMC is a placeholder for what their third starter car will actually be. I would be super weirded out if this was actually a starter car choice.
Studio itself in February, so it is perhaps possible.
Oh, seeing the water go through these sort of rice fields, that's cool.
That it's still a placeholder at this point.
Looks quite realistic
it's just a
as well.
little weird that this isn't, say, a Nissan Safari or a Toyota FJ40. For someone who spent hundreds of hours in each Forza Horizon dating back to the series' 2012 debut, the events themselves feel quite typical of Forza Horizon's robust and reliable brand of racing. The racing is good, which is what I expected, although...
Yeah, I mean, although...
I'll concede I didn't feel compelled to replay them during my limited time with this build.
You never do. You never do in Horizon. I can't think of a single Horizon game I've played where I've wanted to go back and redo races. A race is something you do to get the points for your next wristband, or you do because it's a heat or a qualifier or whatever. It's just, it's a key part of the game, but there's no real incentive to redo them, so you just don't. Although, for the Horizon Rush events, they specifically want you to repeat those. So, I wonder if we'll find out any more about those in this video.
What truly hooked me was cruising the world. I just can't get enough of it.
Some of that will be a newness factor. Like, if you come across something new for the first time, it's going to be like, wow, this is very pretty. I want to drive around it. But, you know, coming from a seasoned... I mean, yes, people joke about IGN, but coming from someone, this guy specifically, who's covered racing games for a long time, when I remember... I've listened to this guy's reviews on racing games and previews on racing games for a long time. If he's saying he's enjoying just cruising around it, then that makes me hopeful. Yeah, the Goliath races have always had quite a challenge to them. But yeah, as soon as you win them, you're not really compelled to do them yet.
Forza Horizon 6's map is a showstopper.
Ooh.
My glimpse of it during our February visit.
So we are getting a sort of realistic puddling, which I really like.
Playground Games gave me a hint of the scope and contrast the studio's vision of Japan was gonna offer, but in retrospect, the corridor of the map I was ultimately privy to at that time barely scratched the surface.
This is huge.
I've always been...
I will say, caveating it, he's only driving at like less than 100 kilometers an hour in all of these clips. So when you're blasting through it in a supercar, it's going to blur by you much quicker. But this city actually, from first impressions, feels like it is as big as they've been telling us it is. Left-hand drive's confused me already. Oh, I'm fine with it as a Brit. I'm like, yes, left-hand drive at last. Anyway.
An absolute sucker for that authentic feeling of digital tourism that a truly high-quality open world is able to provide, and Forza Horizon 6 is absolutely oozing with it.
How many like little Easter eggs are going to be in the city? You know, real shops, real places, looks great.
My initial reluctance to comb through the map too thoroughly before the full game arrives next month was rapidly overridden by just how successfully the world of Forza Horizon 6 immersed me into its Japanese driving fantasy.
I mean, look, I've not been to Tokyo. I can't tell you how authentic it is, but I know for the Horizon games in the past, like, Playground Games will go out on location, and they said it. Actually, and I think it was the Xbox Developer Direct, where they were like, hey, you know, we went out to Japan, we took loads of reference photos and videos and tried to get it as authentic as possible. So, yeah, it's looking good. Shibuya Crossing is in it. It is, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more iconic locations
I
too.
myself constantly compelled to explore and discover, with every new road bringing with it something eye-catching and interesting.
I see how he's like religiously sticking to the roads. He's not showing us any like, oh, we're gonna break through these bushes and go onto the grass here, go into the wilderness. I wonder if we'll see any of that, or if they're deliberately not showing it yet. Oh, look at Mount Fuji in the background, man.
So apparently this is the thinnest.
Oh, skip. Go. That is so pretty.
I've loved visiting the local race circuits dotted
Drift
all
circuit.
over the map. Only one was an active
74 areas to discover. Sounds like it's going to be quite a few circuits on the map in that case. Another example, some do like the German Irish. Okay, no, that's good to hear. I do know that, for example, Black Panther, Hoki Hoshi, AR12, a whole bunch of racing game YouTubers have done their own preview content, like recaps on this. So there is a lot of footage out there, but I think IGN's is giving us sort of the most info in the shortest amount of time.
time attack location in the preview build, but all of them could be explored and driven on, including an unsealed dirt circuit and a dedicated drift track.
Good. Oh man, the floodlights in this look so good as well. Looks very authentic to just sort of a down and dirty outback little track. Reminds me of like, the banger racing I used to go to as a kid. Just feels
Despite
authentic.
my general reluctance these days to get too drawn into any competitive back and forth in games I typically play to relax, I guess I did get an appropriate enough kick out of finding a way onto the leaderboard at the time.
Good. They just need to make that meaningful. Like, what do you get?
However, more broadly, I just liked being at them. I love their rural grassroots motorsport feel, and
This is making it literally what I just said, rural outback sort of motorsports field. That's exactly what I was just getting at. I think in the last video we reacted to, they were talking about how they wanted to make sort of just cruising and real-world exploration just as much of a core part of playing the game and experiencing the game and progressing in the game as doing everything else, like the races and the showcases and yada, yada, yada. And considering how much effort they've put into, having these circuits in the open world, the drag stuff, which we've not seen yet, but we've heard about, the drift circuits we're seeing, it seems like they really are sort of pushing that to be an authentic way of experiencing the game. So that's a good sign. There's nothing bad comes from having plenty of choice. So I'm a fan.
I can't wait to spend so much more time at them with my friends and my sons. They just have so much charm and character, and they're warm.
Hang on, I'm going to read that piece of text just in case. It's got to have a Horizon wristband, see your times on the leaderboard. We have to join, no question. Okay, so you need to have a wristband to get your times on the leaderboard. Okay, so these open world circuits, I guess, are at the very least, they're progression gated a little bit. I assume you get your first wristband relatively quickly. So I don't think it's going to be a huge issue, but again, leaning more into having an authentic progression curve, which I like.
Have so much charm and character, and their worn curbs, cluttered pit areas, and piles of hastily painted safety tire bundles make them feel like authentic places with real history.
They do feel, what I've seen of these places, they do look more real. They look less like, fake city, fake festival, and more like, look, this is Japan, and the Horizon Festival has come to it, but it's not usurping the local environment, but it's like, hey, we're taking advantage of the local area and what's already there to hold our festival, which again leans more into that authenticity, which I like.
I've loved going for long drives through the countryside to observe how the surroundings change. I can confidently say already that Forza Horizon 6 is far and away the most beautiful Horizon game to date.
I mean, you would expect that. It's 2026. We've got all of our 50 series and our, all of our top-end CPUs. They want to push as much out of them as they can. Yes, preview is locked to spring. I have heard that. So we're not getting to see summer, winter, autumn, any of that yet. I'll be interested to see just how big of a change those seasons make to the map. So, you enjoy the rally racing and dirt and Forza Horizon games, especially. Can't wait. I'm so excited for Horizon 6. Same.
Driving up to the Japan Alps, the gradual blend of increasing amounts of snow on the ground is...
I assume this road, considering where they are when it's winter, will be icy, snowy. There won't be any green patches around. It'll be completely blanketed in snow.
Gorgeous, and I love the vivid contrast between the lush green grass and the beaming white snow shining in the sunlight. Ascending along stretches of mountain road, portions of which have been completely carpeted in blossom petals, was consistent.
I know I've already referenced it, but I am kind of a little frustrated that there is not more blossoms, you know, poofing into the air as you drive through them, because considering the amount that's on the ground, you'd kind of expect it, but
Instantly stunning. Discovering...
Oh, hang on, what did we drive past there?
Carpeted in blossom petals was consistently...
It's some sort of prologue area. It looks like a house. Is that one of the houses that we'll have access to? It looks like it. It looks like the entrance to a driveway. So, Forza... Oh, it just says Forza Horizon 6 Prologue.
Discovering shrines tucked away up quiet forest roads, or exploring skinny tracks that aren't even marked as one of the game's 662 discoverable roads has been fascinating.
Okay, I love that. I know some people are going to find that incredibly annoying, that some of these dirt paths and things are not marked, but if these dirt paths here were real, they wouldn't be marked on a map. You know, you'd have to go and discover them, and it kind of, as the more you play the game and the more that you figure out, okay, between this road and this road, there's this patch of dirt with this, like, winding road that I can actually use as a shortcut, etc. You know, you're going to actively get better at driving around as the more you play the game, which I like. Hoping for many houses. Yeah, they've already gone a little bit into sort of the garage/house customization stuff, which looks very, very cool. We have a reaction video on the channel for that, so just type in like Forza Horizon 6 on the channel, and you'll see all of our previous reactions.
I've loved looking for complex drift lines at the huge docks, snaking around the massive stacks of containers and machinery.
People are going to be making insane drift edits around these docks, aren't they?
And then doing it again.
Crashing a lot.
And again.
He's cut so many crashes out of this. If he drives anything like me, he will have crashed about 50 times trying to record this.
I've spent a potentially inordinate amount of time.
Oh, the lighting on that 370Z. That looks delicious.
Scouring for car parks, and the verdict is, they're everywhere. Car parks at the racetracks and tucked away on side streets. Tiny little parking lots hidden beneath overpasses, and a massive multi-story monstrosity down at the docks, complete with curved ramps for fulfilling all the Tokyo Drift fantasies.
Why are you drifting up it? I mean, yeah, Tokyo Drift. That is cool.
I was only ever discovering these solo, but I can't wait until all of these become personal places to meet up with friends for impromptu car meets or
this is going to be
points for convoys.
This is going to be so cool. Jump. I bet you it doesn't jump off it. But yeah, having so many little kind of parking lots on the map is going to be so sick. Just to meet up with friends and just be like, hey, I'll meet you at this one, and you know, you'll know where those places are. 2 jumps.
Combined
3 jumps.
With the seemingly...
I knew he wasn't going to show us them.
The equally high prevalence...
Oh, whoa, hang on.
Combined with the...
Is that some sort of... Is this a phone booth or something? It looks like there's someone actually using it.
Seemingly...
That's cool.
Equally high prevalence of petrol stations, I think people who will be really looking to immerse themselves into Forza Horizon 6 in a proper role-playing capacity are going to be particularly excited.
That is something that like YouTube edit makers are going to absolutely love. You know, you want to make some sort of like movie or RP scene or whatever, having the authenticity, you know, having the marshals around, having pedestrians that you can see actually doing things. Like, and not just there as set dressing. having the gas stations. It's all so very cool.
Perhaps above all, I've loved hooning around Tokyo City itself. The density and verticality.
It's very cool. Okay, so clearly they've put these barriers in place so you can't go and run over pedestrians.
Of this.
But I like the fact that they're not all just watching you. They're walking around. They might be stood outside a shop. They might be talking to their friends. Again, that is more real.
Base is unlike any other city Playground has made, and I can see myself playing entire sessions of Forza Horizon 6 without leaving the limits of the city
The little alleyways of blue, yes.
itself, and that is absolutely not something you could say about any previous Horizon game. It is colourful.
One thing I will say I'm enjoying the diversity in the widths of roads. We've got some roads that are super wide, like the highways. Certain other bits of road we've seen very, very wide. And then we see some sections like, let's go back a little bit. Sort of like here, where it is so much thinner. Which is going to be a different challenge and looks more real.
Something you could say about any previous Horizon game. It is colourful, it is detailed, and it is so varied, from the engineering spectacle of multi-level bridges and overpasses upon overpasses.
People are going to love weaving through traffic on the C1 loop, aren't they?
To the tight and quaint alleyways webbed across the downtown district.
I like how they wanted us to be able to drive down this, but if this was real, there'd be loads of people on it. But they haven't really tackled the misnomer of it having no people. Interesting. Sidewalks are so empty, it'd be better if some sidewalks are not been accessible with more pedestrians. Yeah. That's always a fine balance to strike.
You found the mascot.
And yes, I've loved.
Okay, 200 regional mascots for us to break as well. Hang on. Let me read the... There's a unique mascot flavor in each region. They offer up credits too. Okay, cool. So again, open world way to gain more credits.
And yes, I've loved getting goofy. While I thought perhaps the Shinkansen might operate in its own little sealed-off instance, I can report it definitely does not. So if you too want to get hit by a bullet train, you have just over a month to wait.
Show us! Oh my god! That's
For more on
amazing!
Forza Horizon 6, check out the extensive developer interviews we published throughout our March IGN First.
That is so
and
cool.
the latest trailer. For everything else, stick with IGN.
So that is the stuff that Forza is best at, and it's where Playground Games always does their best work, is when they give us this amazing open world, and it's not a case of, oh, that looks cool, but I can't actually interact with it. For the most case, Playground Games and the Horizon series in general, if you see something cool, you can interact with it. And that is awesome. The fact I can get hit by the Shinkansen and destroy the train, like the side of the train bridges and fall off, I bet people are going to figure out all sorts of weird and wacky ways to interact with the train tracks, to interact with the trains, do all that sort of fun stuff. So that is very, very cool. Very positive. I'm so looking forward to diving into this world. And speaking of the world, earlier today, Forza Horizon on Twitter put out a little post revealing the map, which we will take a look at here. And this map is freaking huge. It's always kind of bugged me how Horizon open worlds are perfect, like there's no litter or anything. Yeah, that works in Japan. That does work in Japan. Hoping for some Bosozoku modifications. There will almost certainly be some. Almost certainly. Right. Where the hell do we start here? This map is huge. I suppose we'll start with the part we saw the most in those videos, which is the city. I mean, we saw some of the lines through the city. This city is gigantic. It looks tiny on this map. However, some of these roads seem like, there's not much in between them. But as they've said, the actual, there are plenty of dirt roads out in the countryside that are not marked on the map. So in between a lot of these roads, I mean, in fact, you can kind of see some of them here. If you look at the bottom of the screen here, there's a little dirt road here. There's a little area here. There's another dirt road here. So there's a little complex right at the bottom of the screen there. So these are all the marked roads on the map, but they're certainly not all of the roads. So we've got a little industrial complex area. No, this is like docks. This is like a little industrial area. That is a crazy ribbon of overlapping roads there. Jesus Christ. What is that? That's crazy. And there's quite a few beaches. So I'm sure they'll have quite a few of the sort of, you know, water to land to sand sort of transition races that we're used to. It seems like an airport on the lower side of the map here. Scroll up a bit. There's some sort of, I don't know what this area is. We see some fields, but unsure what we have here. That's an interesting little tidbit. Huge highway. We can also see the Shinkansen line cutting through. There is the stadium that we saw at the beginning of that IGN video. I mean, when they drove into it, that stadium looked gigantic. And yet on this map, it is that tiny little circle. Which is absolutely mind-blowing, frankly. Very much like that. Again, there's a lot of miscellaneous kind of countryside that we can't really read all that much into. I do see there's a tiny little, what looks like an athletics track behind the stadium. I wonder if we can drive on that. I mean, we almost certainly will be able to. But that's very cool. Let's, so we've got one airstrip here. We do see what looks like a second one here. So a second little runway out there. A lot of countryside here. A lot of, like, toge-ish roads. Big ass city, of course. This, that's a drag strip. Is it a drag strip? Ah, yes. It is a drag strip. Okay, cheers for letting me know, Noel. That would make sense. Got a big ass river cutting through here. This has to be Legend Island, which they've been talking to us about. So this you will only unlock, I think they said once you have your gold wristband, right? This part of the map will unlock. I mean, it's tiny, but seems like a funky part of the map to go driving on. There looks like a huge ass suspension bridge here. Going over there, and then surrounded by this blue stuff here. I'm wondering what that is. Can't wait to explore Legend Island, that's for sure. Okay, we've got some sort of... This must be one of these race circuits here. Okay, that certainly is an airport. So there's 2 airports minimum, which is very good. Some little... It's like a little village. I feel like we've seen this part of the map quite a bit in previews, which is pretty cool. This must be that area of the map that you are able to build. So, go off the road here, down here, and this is the part of... I'm not sure exactly what we will be able to build in this part of the map. All that we know is that we'll be able to collaborate with our friends to create things here. Good that's not too invasive. I quite like the fact that it's split off from the rest of the map. Yeah, so in this area, supposedly, you'll be able to place your own roads, place your own buildings, do whatever you like with this bit of the map, which will be very interesting. This is another one of those little circuits over there. Very cool. Trying to read as much as I can into this map. Okay, this is that field that he drove his car through the middle of early on. This looks like another circuit here. There's plenty of little circuits dotted around, which is it's very cool to see. Some tunnels. I would assume we'll be able to get out to these little islands here, considering like how shallow this water looks. Same here. Yeah, that's definitely an area that we can drive through there. I assume tunnels appear. Any dotted line will be a tunnel. I wonder if, like, how much we'll be able to... For example, very bad comparison, but in GTA 5, there are tunnels. And then you can also, if you want, drive over the mountain and drive sort of where the tunnel is, but, you know, on the actual surface. I wonder how... if you'll be able to do that sort of stuff. I wonder. Little... I do remember seeing a golf course. Ah, yes. The typical Horizon golf course. Every Horizon game has to have one. And there is ours. I mean, if we want a sense of scale, we know roughly how big golf courses are. Like, golf courses are pretty huge in and of themselves. And, like, this city looks like, goodness me, 7, 8 golf courses, maybe? That's gigantic. That is absolutely huge. Forza Horizon Hole-in-One, yes. Okay. Heading into more mountainous regions now, more rice fields. What is this little area here? That looks like some sort of sheer drop and then a lake. Another circuit on the map. Goodness me. Some winding little mountain roads here. We're heading up towards Mount Fuji. And then this is all the ski resort stuff by the looks of things. But again, they said a lot of the roads are not marked on the map if they're like not... if they wouldn't be like authentically mapped. So yeah, it's... yeah, Mount Fuji is not reachable. We know that. Yeah, we know Mount Fuji is not reachable, but I'm interested to hear like, or discover rather. Like, I would assume that this... is there a way for me to more easily show this? I would assume this grey line is sort of the hard barrier for this open area. Right. So, even though there are going to be some limitations here, it looks like there's going to be quite a lot of drivable area around here, which is very cool. It looks like this is the area with those gigantic sort of ice walls or snow walls we saw. Sort of this road here. Another lake. Can I see any more circuits up here? Doesn't look like there are any. But even so, you can see here there's like a little road here. Maybe there'll be a shrine or a temple. Another place here for a shrine or a temple. I mean, this map looks absolutely gigantic. It's going to take people a long time to get 100% map completion, isn't it? I can't wait to enjoy all of it, though. This is, for the lifting of the preview embargo today, we didn't know exactly what we were going to get. Not only have we got the prologue, not only have we got a bunch of, like, websites and YouTubers, etc., doing their sort of preview recaps, but we've also got the map as well, and this couldn't have made me any more excited for Horizon 6. I thought I was already pretty excited, but now I'm excited on a whole new level. This map looks insane, and I cannot wait to dive into it on May the 15th. Cheers for tuning in and giving this a watch. I have done a reaction to all of IGN's previous content, so if you haven't seen that, go to the channel. Just type in Forza Horizon 6. We have a playlist, actually, with all of our pre-release Horizon 6 reactions. So if you want to see our thoughts on everything else we know about Horizon 6 so far, that would be the place to go. The link to that will be in the description. Also, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what part of Horizon 6 are you most excited for? And if you're looking for content, other Horizon-related content to satiate you before the release of Horizon 6, I'm currently doing a retrospective series on all of the previous Horizon games. The first one will come out probably the day that this video comes out. So hop on over to the other channel at Baffo663, and you'll be able to see my first video in that retrospective series. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and hope to see you around here again real soon.